Alrighty, y'all, welcome to Ellis Mowers. We're on this Murray 14 horsepower 40-inch cut. This is one of 3 Murray lawnmowers I got for free from a family member. This is the second one. It's a wide body 42-inch, and the third one is sitting over here. It's actually right here. Here we go. Got a mower mountain I'm trying to get rid of here, but there's number 3. It's a 38-inch 12 horse. The other one's like a 42-inch 16 horse, 14 and a half, something like that. It's missing the engine cover on it, or the secondary engine cover. But we're gonna work on this one now. This one's a little special because it's not just a 14 horse, it's a 14 horsepower Vanguard. Oh yeah. I don't know, how much work these are going to need. I'm hoping not too much because they have been stored in a shed for a good little while. This one seems to be the best of the 3. Looks complete. We'll find out. Somebody's tubed it up already. Got tire tubes already in it. And what else? Let me show you the model number of the mower. I don't have the model number of or I don't know. I haven't seen the model number of the engine yet, but there's your model number 40627X92C. Date of manufacture 4 of 91. I don't know if y'all can see that. There we go. So April of 91, which would put this mower at just a shade under 30 years old. However, with that Vanguard engine, this thing's still going to bring some good money whenever I sell it. I hope to get $500 for it. Probably get more in the neighborhood of 4. However, everything is complete on it. Everything is here that I can tell, which is a great thing. Oh, let me pull the hood back up one more time. Sorry. Check the oil in it. I've already checked the oil. The air filter looks okay. I can probably give it a little cleaning. The oil is kind of on the add mark, but it has oil in it. Looks like it has been leaking a little bit, or it just needs cleaned up right around where the oil filler is, wherever I need to change the oil in it. So, given the fact that I think this mower is probably in decent shape, I might simply put gas in it and see if the thing will crank. I mean, I don't have a clue. It does smell like old gas in there. There obviously is not any in there as of the moment. But I'm tempted to, like I said, just put a battery in it because it doesn't have a battery in it right now. I do need to clean out some of the leaves and such from where it did spend a little bit of time outside. Clean up these terminals a little bit. And I'm going to clean these terminals up. Terminals are tight on the solenoid, so as long as the solenoid is good, we'll be alright. As long as all the safety switches, but with this being a 91 model, I don't know how many safety switches it truly has on it. I'll clean these up, put a battery in it, and we'll see if it runs. Alrighty, y'all, so I put a battery in it, a good battery. It's 190 cold cranking out, so it's more than enough for this thing. Verified it is turning over. I put some gas in it, so check the oil in it. It's just below the add. It's got enough for it to run just fine though. I'm going to sit y'all right here and see if I can get going. choke was stuck. No headlights, oh well. Y'all want to go for a drive? It's got 6 speeds on it. That Vanguard sounds totally different than a regular Briggs. The blades work on it? Oh yeah. Mulching blades on it. Let y'all hear this Vanguard for a minute. It might need a little bit of seafoam run through the carb. It's just a little stumbling on idle there, but who knows how long this thing's been shut up in a shed. Oh, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Vanguard. This one's going to be a hard one to sell, y'all. I'm already in love with this thing. Thing runs amazing. Wow. Who knows how long it's been sitting in a shed, too. Started right up. Choke was stuck. That's why it was bumping around like it was. I showed you all the air filter. I don't think I've shown y'all yet, but the air filter's okay. Perfectly usable for what it is. I'll get it out. I'll show you all the condition of it here. Making sure that the carb's not leaking. I do have to free up the choke a little bit, but that's an easy fix with some WD-40. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to take the hood off of this and give this thing a nice cleaning underneath here. So let me get this off for us. Well, it looks like it was serviced in some point in the recent future, probably in the last 10 years, because it's got a newer style Briggs oil filter on it. I hope my car type filter will fit on it alright. It should, I would think. Huh. I wonder if this thing's got a weird way of getting it taken off, or is it just being a little stubborn wanting to? There we go. So I've got to clean up around the pre-cleaner area there. You see where it's trying to get into the intake there. So I'll dig that out. We don't want that going down the intake. I'll vacuum all this stuff out here real quick. I'll get the hood off of it as well. It looks like maybe like 5/8 or something along those lines will get it off. I believe it's one bolt right there. Oh, that's a screw type, so I'll have to screw that one out. And I think there's only a third bolt right here on the front, right there. I think that's all the bolts that are holding this hood on the front. Of course, there's the carburetor. We'll get a better look at the carburetor and all that whenever I get all this off. I'll get that stuff vacuumed out the intake as well. But yeah, how about that, y'all? Belt looks good. I have to check the blades. I hope the blades are okay, because that's really the only contingency of me not being able to sell this off quickly. That one looks pretty good. It is a high lift. Wasn't really lifting them up very much. Got some sort of water coming out from the top there. I don't know if that's coming from the seat or... It looks like it's just remnant water coming from the seat there. That's no big deal. Alright, let's see about this side. The blades are pretty sharp as it is. I don't know how the other side looks. Let me check real quick. See if I can look down there with you. Yeah, they're not bent. They're not bent, and they are pretty sharp too. It's almost probably not even worth me taking the blades off to sharpen them. That's how sharp they are. Let's reach under here and see what we got. A couple of rock chips in them, but they've got a good edge on them still. Yeah, they've got a good edge on them still, so I'm just going to leave them be. This is going to be an easy one, y'all. I'm going to take the hood off here, like I mentioned. We'll give this thing a good cleaning. I'll show y'all kind of the inner workings of the Vanguard here, and then we will I'll probably replace the fuel line, because the fuel line's pretty hard on it. But apart from that, we'll be in good shape, and we will have a nice Murray with the Vanguard on it. So I'll go ahead and do those few things I mentioned, and catch y'all after I get the hood off, and we'll look at the Vanguard and all that good stuff. Alrighty, so I'm draining the oil out, and I kind of had a thought that I'm curious if anybody knows the answer to this. Did they make a push mower version of a Vanguard? I've seen on an old Toro push mower around 1993. It had a very similar setup to this, except in like a 6 horsepower form, especially like with the valve cover gasket and stuff. Just curious if anybody knows that. One other thing I've noticed on this thing is that some of the safety switches have been compromised or retrofitted to make sure that they work. So that one is, I wonder if that's the blade safety or if that's the, let's see, yeah, that's the blade safety. So it looks like the blade safety has been bypassed. Excuse me. So the blade safety has been bypassed on it, which is fine. The park brake still works, so if you get off the mower, you can't start it without having the park brake down. Again, the mower's a 91 model, so little things like that I'm not really worried about. I just want to, make sure everything works and whatnot like it is supposed to on it, to where it'll run, drive, and cut. So draining the oil out, just let me know if, I know Briggs made like a special overhead valve. It wasn't a quantum engine, but it looked a whole lot like this Vanguard except in miniature form. I just wanted to see if anybody knew. Oh, here's our model and type here, 261777. This thing was made January 7th of 1991, so we're approaching 30 years on this thing. Still running like the day it left the showroom floor. I mean, if mowers do leave a showroom floor. I am going to clean it up. I just wanted to kind of ask that while I'm draining the oil out here. Since this thing has been such a good little lawnmower. Just cranked up. Belts are good. Runs good. Drives good. Air filter's good. Took the hood off. This exactly like I mentioned. One bracket. Your bolt in the front here. And bracket number 3 screwed in right there. So that's all it was to take this part of the hood off. And if I wanted to take the rest of the hood off, I just had to pull them 3 screws right there. I am going to put fuel line on it. Somebody actually put an inline shutoff valve in it already. I'll probably relocate it to a higher position so that you can get to it a little easier. Put another fuel filter and such on it as well with the fuel lines. We're going to make this thing look pretty. Give it a nice little cleaning. I've already called a couple people on it to see if they want it. One guy was so sick he could hardly talk on the phone, and the other one still hasn't gotten back to me as of filming this. We'll see once I round out this video. This Vanguard will sell itself. I think I will list it for $450. And we'll sell it for no less than $400. The rest of the mower's in decent shape. The deck's got a couple of beat spots on it, but nothing crazy. I'll go ahead and finish the oil change and replace that fuel line. Pretty easy to do. Replace this oil filter and give y'all a final look and start. Alrighty, y'all. Here's that Murray all cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. Cut the grass with it a couple of days ago. Did awesome. The only one little thing that I noticed is that this shift on the go transaxle. I don't know if, the mower's 30 years old anyways, but sometimes when you put it down into gear, you kind of have to wiggle it a little bit in order to get it to engage. There's nothing wrong with the transaxle at all. The transaxle pulls great. And the only other thing I've noticed, I'm not really even going to worry about it, because I know it would take a few days for it to get in, is the deck belt's got a few little cracks in it, but it's working perfectly fine. So we're gonna let it ride. I'll let the potential buyer know that the deck belt will probably need replaced in the next couple of years, but like I said, it's running great, working great, cut level, super nice to be 30 years old with the Vanguard engine on it as well. So I've got it listed for sale. I threw it up for $400. I figured that it's worth that. Throw the park brake on. Let's crank it up. That's a cold start too. Put a couple screws in it. And I was having one small issue the other day, and I think it might have just been that the ignition switch wiring was a little bit, had fallen off of the switch a little bit where it wouldn't start. I haven't had that issue since. I probably started it up 8 to 10 times since then, and it's been doing great. So you can see, running, cutting. Blades don't seem like they have a ton of lift on them, but like I said, it cut my yard just fine the other day. The deck is also, here's number 6 on the deck, and I don't know if it's just because of the way that these decks are supposed to be, but look how high that thing is. People appreciate cutting very high. I don't mind it one bit. I did have to adjust the deck height a little bit, which is very easy with this. Just have to pull that pin out and then adjust it, higher, and then all the way to the lower setting. So had to move it down 1 notch because the left side was even higher than the right side. And so, like, I don't mind it, because if you move it down to camera 1, wow, to level 1, you can still see it. You really shouldn't be cutting your grass much lower than that anyways. So I cut it on 4. It cut it pretty good, cut it decently high. I try and cut my grass relatively high. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. It's a nice little one-parter for you, with the 14 horsepower 40-inch Murray here. Again, the mower's almost 30 years old. Look what happens when you take care of your stuff, keep it in the shed, and all of that. I don't know how many years it has been since this mower has been run. It is probably 5 or 6 years. I do not remember this thing ever being pulled out of the shed the whole time that I was helping my family member cut grass. And y'all saw I put fresh gas in it, and it basically cranked right up. It's in a battery, and it's been running and cutting great since. So again, I know the belt situation there. I really wanted to replace the deck belt, especially after I saw the cracks. Deck belt's still doing fine. It's got a couple good years left in it. Knowing that I can sell this mower the way that it is for about $400, I'm just going to let it ride, because that's not going to really increase the value of it any, and it's also not going to affect the running capability of it. So I don't know, I really like these Murrays. Y'all let me know what y'all think about them as well. And Murray in general, the genuine Murray lawnmowers are just solid as a rock. You cannot beat them for their reliability and durability. You see some of them just beat to pieces and still riding. So hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's only a one-parter, but hey, I love one-part riding mower videos. That means they're easy fixes. This one was with an oil change, fuel line, leveled the deck a little bit, cleaned it up. We'll let it ride. So thank y'all for watching. If y'all want to continue to see what I'm working on in real time, you can catch me at Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers. And until the next video, I'll see you then.